So this one is the vegan TikToker who's worse than the vegan teacher. So if she's worse than the vegan teacher, this is concerning. But is it her daughter? Oh, fuck. Okay. It's gonna get interesting. Chat. Deep breath. We're going in deep.
Vegan Booty is often called the vegan teacher's daughter. She thinks walking your dog is animal abuse, has been on the news for calling horses slaves, and believes it's okay fighting butchers, service workers, and even children at their birthday party. The government has banned her from—
Okay, she is already pissing me off. You're gonna go after, like, how do we let these people function like this? No, this is not clout. This is a mental disorder. This is not clout. This is a mental disorder, I think.
living in her hometown, and her first viral video will start to show you why. The event scene behind her is the Million Paws Walk, where families meet to walk their dogs together and help raise funds for animals in need. Well, Vegan Booty called the event
the most violent thing that you could ever participate in,
protesting that—
What? This is like some kind of derangement syndrome. This has got to be some kind of derangement syndrome. Well, they were talking about like she was refused entry into a home of Perth. So, yeah, Snowman, I was just about to say, I think Australia. In Shadowclaw, I don't think you're totally wrong. I do think that women do get treated a little bit, better.
You don't, you lock them in a padded white room with their own special straitjacket with their name on it.
Well, I mean, we're only at the tip of the iceberg. That may be justified depending on what we see from here, but Shadow, you're right. When it is a woman that is doing this, yeah, I think they are treated with more kid gloves than if it were a man. I think you're correct on that. I do. And I'm sure there's a whole host of reasons for that, but
every animal should be treated the way that dogs are.
Why would you love one but pay for the suffering and abuse of other animals? Pigs are in fact more intelligent than dogs.
Hypocritically, however, Vegan Booty owned a dog herself, which she—
the receipts! The fucking receipts! I cannot wait to hear, Shout, the absolute insanity that she is going to use to try and justify this. Because you know it's going to be insane.
tied to a leash and used it to pull her while she skated. It's pretty funny how you are protesting, yet you have a dog pulling you. Pretty hypocritical, and the hypocrisy didn't stop there, because Vegan Booty then showed up at a charity football match.
Mooney star tackles an animal rights activist pitch invader. Good! Fucking good! Tackle her ass.
Disrupting 35,000 spectators because she thought her cause was way more important. In a satisfying turn of events—
Wait. Was that the tackle? Was that the tackle? Watch this again.
because she thought her cause was way more important. In a satisfying turn of events—
She didn't tackle her. She just kind of went, boom. That's not a tackle.
she was fined $1,800 for the stunt, yet this wasn't too expensive.
Yeah, and she probably made that after an hour of fucking TikTok. Yeah, and you know what? Shadow, you're right. If she did not have the social media, she would be viewed as a crackpot. But because she's got however many followers, which I don't even know how many she has, she is viewed as a quote-unquote influencer, even if it's in a negative light. Well, TikTok or YouTube. Well, but Pluto, does TikTok not also have a donate option? Can you not also donate through TikTok? And I bet you a lot of people, for whatever reason, probably donates to her. She's getting money somehow. That much I know. What the means are from, I can't say for sure. She's getting money from something.
Expensive for the exposure it provided.
Would you do it all again?
Yes, 100%.
However, at around the same time, Isaac Butterfield was going viral for his anti-vegan videos, featuring Tash in the worst vegans on TikTok.
Why is your name Vegan Booty when you run around with that? Change your name to Vegan Pancake Ass and let us all get on with our lives.
This gave
When you run around with
I'll be honest. Her ass is fine. I wouldn't get. I don't say she's got a pancake ass. I'll be honest. But it's still funny as hell. Yeah, but the cut of the shorts are not helping.
that, change your name to Vegan Pancake Ass and let us all get on with our lives.
This gave Tash a
Oh yeah, Ace. It's not the best ass. She doesn't have the best ass. She doesn't have the roundest ass. I've seen pancake asses. She doesn't have pancake ass. She's got an average ass. I'll say average. And it's fine. But
chance to respond, although she was met with a brutal dislike.
I know I keep pausing this. Did you see her shirt? Chat. Her shirt. What the fuck? Shadowclaw, it says eat pussy, not animals. Ugh. I'm sorry, but I'm beginning to think that she needs to start listening to her own advice, at least on a receptive side. She needs to start heeding her own advice here a little bit. That's my feeling.
Although she was met with a brutal dislike ratio, as Isaac's audience offered their very first downvote. He'd therefore slam Vegan Booty again.
Meat's amazing, it's delicious, and guess what, bitch? I'm gonna have a big dirty steak for dinner. I hope you enjoy your broccoli, you tiny little child.
Yet with comments such as who else came from Isaac's channel, this was only helping Vegan Booty grow. She'd use her newly found fame to launch a vegan clothing company, spoofing the anti-social social club to instead read Anti-Animal Cruelty Club. Well, Isaac then launched his own anti-vegan social club, leading Vegan Booty to call in heavy reinforcements. She'd discuss is Isaac Butterfield's anti-vegan club responsible for this vegan phobia, with no one
And this is where it becomes 100% disingenuous. There is no such thing as vegan phobia. Chat. Show me I have taught you well. What is the definition of a phobia? What is a phobia? Bingo. It is a fear of. So, who the fuck is afraid of a vegan? Exactly, Tyso. I have said the exact same thing. I have said that before when I talked about how phobia has been used incorrectly for decades. Who the fuck is irrationally afraid of vegans? Because, I mean, this is, basically, the people spouting about vegan phobia other than being completely wrong on their literary usage. They don't. They're going the way of they're taking a page out of Hollywood's book in that they're creating a discrimination where there is none. Because the fact is, nobody gives a shit about if you're vegan or not. Nobody cares. You can be vegan, you can be vegetarian, as long as you are not eating human flesh on a regular basis, or at all. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck if you're vegan. But a vegan will sure as hell make sure everybody knows that they're vegan and how it's the best thing ever, and that you should feel ashamed if you're not vegan. But here's a little biological reality. Human beings are omnivores. Meaning human beings, both their method of intake and their internal biological processes are designed to accept not only vegetation, but meat. And and human bodies are also designed specifically to achieve nutrient quotient from both meats and vegetation. You need both in order to have a homogeneously functioning human body. That's what I'm saying there. Our bodies are meant to consume both. We derive certain nutritional value from vegetation, and we just derive certain nutritional value from meat. Obviously, we are getting much more protein in meat, which our muscles require. Whereas with vegetation, we're getting our fiber intake, which is helping with our digestion. So human beings need both. That is a fact. That is a scientific fact that was proven a very long time ago. And people that eat both, the people like, all I do is eat meat, all I do is cram meat in. That's not healthy either, to only eat meat. You need to have a good balance of both to maintain a healthy body. So vegans trying to say, oh, you should never eat animals because they're fluffy and cute. Because it's all about being fluffy and cute. That's it. These animal rights activists, they just care about the cute animals. They don't care about the other ones. But they're also ignoring science. And when they're called out on this, they say now the buzzword is vegan phobia. Which is bullshit on a stick. It is 100% bullshit on a stick. And they're trying to affect social change, not because they can't affect biological change. Now, what the rationale is every single other animal on the planet does not fucking care about whether or not its food is cute. Human beings are the only ones that give a shit about its food being cute. Every other animal in the world is just like, it is food, I will consume it. End of story. Human beings are the only ones because we possess higher brain functions and we developed some really fucking stupid societal ideologies where it's like we shouldn't eat animals because it's quote unquote murder. I mean, you can make the argument that plants are alive too, and by eating plants, i.e. being vegan, you're murdering plants. The argument does not work in any way, shape, or form. It really doesn't.
Other than that vegan teacher.
He literally has shirts made that say anti-vegan club.
The pair became so close that they'd call each other family.
Hi, sweetie, how are you?
Hello, hey mom, how you going?
However, it was obvious vegan Booty was the crazier of the two. She began.
Well, based on vegan teacher's last video, I would question that sentiment. But we'll see. Maybe she's gonna go worse than vegan teacher. Let's find out.
Infiltrating supermarkets wearing an animal onesie before standing in the milk section, dissuading shoppers from their purchase.
Really? This? She thinks this is dissuading people? Honestly, if I walked into my grocery store and I saw someone like this standing in front of the dairy aisle, I would laugh my ass off while getting my milk for the day. And yeah, Shadow, she's like towing the furry line at this point. Tysel, I vaguely remember that. I do. Yeah, this maybe in Australia this would deter people. I don't know, but I know in North America, be it Canada or the US, people would just laugh their asses off at her and tell her to, and tell her she needs to go get back on the streets or something. Like this only works in a place like Australia. It really does. This does not work in North America and probably most of Europe too.
For obvious reasons, staff weren't too happy about this, and even after being ejected, she still yelled outside the store.
Her babies are taken away from her straight after birth, and her son is murdered.
As a result, Tash was permanently banned from Australia's two main supermarkets, yet this didn't stop her protests, as vegan booty would only get worse.
Okay, so yeah, Albert. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like when he was saying like dissuading customers from making purchases. I don't know. I can't see. I think I could see Australians laughing their asses off too. But so far, like what she has done, and what she said, this sounds like every other dumb ass animal rights activist that doesn't understand how the world actually works. Like right now, you see what she's done, and you're thinking, this girl probably got a tiny bit of education enough to make her a dumbass. Cause that's what I'm thinking. If I saw her standing in a cow costume preaching about how like the cow's babies are taken away from the mother as soon as they're born, I think, okay, this girl attended just enough college to be a fucking moron. That's what I would think. She attended one class about something having to do with biology, maybe animal husbandry or something, and that's it. And now she thinks she's like the patron saint of veganism or something. But so far she's not done anything to make me think she's worse than the vegan teacher, I must say.
She'd shop at McDonald's in a much more detailed costume, being kicked out not by
More detailed? That looks like the same fucking costume.
She'd shop at
That's the same fucking costume. That's not more detailed. I don't know what Sunny's talking about here, but that's not a more detailed costume, I must say. Granted, I have no idea what's on her sign, but
McDonald's in a much more detailed costume, being kicked out not by staff.
did the other one not have a tail? I didn't notice. Well, she hasn't gone full fur yet. She's only wearing a hoodie. If she's gonna go full fur, she's gotta get the full headpiece. It's full headpiece or no furry. Full headpiece or no furry.
But instead this time police. Hilariously, this guy began his own protest, countering her with a legendary
Football. Legend. Right here. Legend. This man is based. Sir, you can't see it, but I salute you. Let's see, I think you're underestimating the low expectation a lot of these colleges you have to get in. If you're a woman, you basically have to have a pulse in a lot of these liberal colleges. Can't say you're wrong. There's a lot of people who've talked about it. This is really a problem. There's so much focus on trying to get women to the college for sake. Anyone? Fair? And I'd say not for in some instances, it's not just limited to women, Shadow. Yeah, well. Well, yeah, Albert. I mean, her onesie was nothing special. Was not like more detailed. That I don't know why I said that. God only knows why. Yeah. Oh yeah, except I know what you're talking about. I do.
Sign. In Vegan Booty's next stunt, she walked into KFC and poured orange paint everywhere while blasting dying animal noises for over 15 minutes.
Okay, arrest her. Arrest her right now. She has already committed a crime of criminal damage to property. See, that's what I understand. You get these activists that walk into these businesses, cause damage to the business. Correct, look, it's criminal damage to property, vandalism, noise complaint. Why arrest her immediately? Arrest her and charge her. Every single time one of these stupid fucking activists walks into a business and pulls this shit, they should immediately have the cops called and be arrested. Yeah, well, and key thing is these activists also pull these stunts. One thing to know, because obviously she's not the only one that's done that, but all of these activists pull all these stunts in white, middle, upper class, or upper class neighborhoods where the patrons won't lay them the fuck out in a heartbeat. If her or one of these activist types went into a middle class or lower class restaurant and pulled this shit, they would be face down through the floor before the first sound could come out of his fucking megaphone. So they're picking their targets very well. And yeah, if it was a man, they call the cops immediately. 6. If it was a man that did this, they call the cops immediately. But they're only doing this in higher end neighborhoods. Because they know that the people there won't immediately drop them to the floor. Yeah, they would totally call the cops if it was men within the first 5 seconds. And if it was man or woman in a lower or middle class area, they'd be on the floor in 5 seconds. Exactly. So that's why she's picking her targets very well. Because this is obviously probably a more affluent neighborhood, so it's less prone that people will actually do anything. They'll probably just kind of turn around and, oh, never mind. I'm not gonna get involved. I'm not gonna get involved. Tysell? Hell no. Okay, Tysell, I'm gonna one better you on this one. I fucking dare this stupid little bitch to go into Cabrini Green and pull this shit. Go pull this shit on the south side of Chicago in Cabrini Green. Let's see how fucking far you get, sweetheart. She would get shot within the first 5 seconds if she pulled this in Cabrini Green. Oh, hell yeah. Hell fuck yeah. Hell, have her do this in South Central LA. Same thing. That's why I'm saying she's picking her targets very specifically.
Minutes. Not gonna lie, but you're incredibly selfish to the people that work at that place. All they're trying to do is do their job. I feel so sorry for the workers, while even other vegans called Vegan Booty out.
She is giving veganism a bad name.
People wrote about Tasha's public stunts. Instead of promoting vegans, you kind of just embarrassed them, and nothing showed this better than her children's party meltdown. These two horses were clearly very well looked after, and were waiting outside a family festival so kids could take a picture. Well, of course, Vegan Booty somehow thought it was abuse.
I just want to know who the slave owner is. Okay, that's disgusting. This is animal abuse. You know what's disgusting? You're all
She tried and failed to make any decent point.
See, and here's the thing. The minute she said this, the minute she said, I want to talk to the slave owners, the minute she said that, one of these people should immediately have been like, okay, on the phone to the cops. Hi, we have a crazy person here who we're worried she may attack us because we have horses. Like, the immediate response, like, this guy, put your fucking phone away and call 911. Again, we've talked about this. Why is your first fucking reaction to whip out the goddamn phone and videotape something? Call fucking 911 or whatever the Australian equivalent is. I'm not sure what the Australian equivalent is. And Tysell, yes, he fucking can. Yes, he can. You can still be recording videos, swipe up on your phone, hit the camera, and dial 911 and put them on speaker. Phones can multitask. But yeah, the minute those first words came out of her mouth, either I would have been on the phone with the police saying, you need to get over here now because there's a woman calling us slave owners about horses and I'm not sure if she's about to attack us right now. Or it would be start walking up on her saying, you need to leave right now and keep walking up on her because she will back up. She will back up and you keep walking up on her. And if she doesn't back up, guess what, honey? You're going into the ground. I'm sorry, I don't take bullshit. Well, no, Tysa, you don't want to lie. You do not want to lie because that can come back to bite you in the ass. But you can see this woman, some strange woman just walked up to us at our party with horses, called us slave owners, and we are worried that she may attempt bodily harm against us because she seems very unstable. That's enough. That is easily enough.
If you were in their position, would you be happy?
Although Vegan Booty wasn't finished there. She'd then go into the festival to find the horses again, disrupting all photos by making a public announcement.
These innocent beings are no different to other lovers, dogs and cats.
Again, why have the police not been called? I'm guessing at least 5 to 10 minutes have passed since she walked over here to start doing this because the horses have moved. Oh yeah, well Tysell, she knows. She knows that showing skin, showing her ass, showing her stomach, making it seem like her tits might pop out at any second, it's gonna get her views. They are gonna get her views. But yeah, I don't know. And shrimply fantastic. Thank you for the follow. I don't know about dressed like she's going to the gym, but she's definitely dressed to show skin because you know showing skin will get her attention. And Shadow, I do think you're partially right. People have been taught to film instead of calling, but you know what? There's enough phones in this collective group that some could be filming and some could be calling. Well, Snowman, I'm not gonna even get into that.
They look like they're under so much stress.
This awesome dad then quickly stopped their antics.
No photos of my kids, man.
Oh, there is a cop. There's 2 cops right there. There's 2 police officers right there. And I can't tell if they're talking to her or not.
Yeah, not taking photos.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Keep walking that way then. Keep walking that way.
And thankfully police were there to intervene. After posting her video to TikTok,
Okay, fucking good. Should have happened a lot faster. But then it looks like those were bike cops, so maybe it took them some time to get over there. But good. Fucking good. Well, she probably only got a ticket, but it should happen every time. Because you know what? No matter how much money she's getting from her subscribers or followers or whatever, if she's going to get a ticket every time, that's going to add up because in the court of law, if you get subsequent guilty pleas or if you get subsequent guilty verdicts on the same fucking thing over and over again, that fine goes up every single time you're found guilty of a crime. If you find guilty of a crime, you do that crime again, the second guilty verdict, that fine is going up, usually by double. Third guilty verdict, that fine usually goes up, usually by triple. And at some point, it turns into jail time. So yeah, every time she does this, people need to be calling the cops and getting her arrested or getting her charged. Every fucking time.
Tash again made national news, in which they'd interview the horse's owner.
Meg Freeman owns the pony business. She says she's being bombarded with abuse by vegan protesters. Meg Freeman wants her charged.
They're like terrorists. They're not going to go away.
Well, only 1 week later, Vegan Booty announced, "I'll be going to court on the 13th of May, as I received a summons for a restraining order from the owner of Ponies for All occasions."
Good. Fucking good. At this point, this dumb bitch is gonna get a restraining order throughout the entire fucking country, and she's gonna have to leave Australia or go live in the outback with her precious animals. Of course she'll violate it, Tysel, because she's psycho. Because she grew up on social media, so she has social media brain rot. All she knows is social media. And yeah, the ponies were absolutely beautiful. They were beautiful horses and obviously well cared for. And it's not like they were being ridden on. Nobody was riding the ponies. They were photographs being taken. Photographs were being taken with them. So it's not even like they were being quote unquote abused by being ridden. They were just being photographed. She needs to have forced psychological care is what it is. Tysel, do I want to know? Am I about to regret my decision to ask what kind? No, 6. Honey badger. Cause honey badger no can. Okay. Okay, Tysel? I'm going to disagree with you to a degree. I don't consider Steve Irwin an activist. I do not. I consider Steve Irwin a kind of educator. He is a conservationist. He is not an activist. Because an activist is someone that pulls shit like this. Steve Irwin used education to promote conservation. So I do not agree that he was an activist. But Steve Irwin was probably the greatest ally to the animal kingdom in our modern age. There have been many great many great spokesmen for the animal kingdom throughout the years. But for our age, Steve Irwin is the animal protector and educator of our age. I wouldn't put Jeff Corwin on the same pedestal as Steve Irwin. Jeff Corwin did work in a very much the same vein. He did. Jeff Corwin did a lot of very positive things for animal conservation and education. He did. Or does. I'm pretty sure he's still alive. Steve Irwin, though, I think was the predominant conservationist of of probably the last couple generations. Yeah, but Tyson, I still think with his zoo, with the Australian zoo, I still don't know if that would I still think that keeps him still firmly in the conservationist camp versus activist. Because because he didn't, to my knowledge, he did not do protests. Because that's kind of a defining feature of an activist. An activist protests. They will actively go to sites where they perceive injustices or abuses or what have you, and they will protest. To my knowledge, I don't think Steve Irwin actually did that before. Now, if he did, let me know, because I was unaware of it. Well, activism has been twisted into an unrecognizable form now. Activism is now more closely aligned with people behaving in ways that do not promote what they're pretending to promote. Yeah, 6, thank you. Yeah, activism has now gone into more extremes. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's the difference between an activist and a conservationist. And Steve is the epitome of a conservationist. Absolutely.
Those who dislike me are triggered because I've made them realize that they're animal abusers. What I'm going through right now isn't a loss.
No, they're triggered because you are infringing upon their rights because you think your way is the only way. Oh, trust me, Sex, I don't forget PETA. PETA is a shell. A very twisted and dark shell of what it once was. Because I fully believe PETA began, I do fully believe that PETA began as an organization with the right intentions. I do believe that. I believe PETA started with the right way of looking at it in mind. They understand that people eat meat, so you know they argued or they fought for ethical treatment of livestock so that they were treated humanely up until the point where they were slaughtered for the food. So that was in the beginning. But then, like most causes, it got co-opted and twisted and mutated into this unrecognizable thing that it now presents itself as. Just like every other cause that we have seen in the last 20 years or so that started off with the right intentions and has not and has been twisted and co-opted. Yes. PETA itself is basically they have operated kill shelters. Yes. And they've kidnapped, yeah, thank you, Joe. Yeah, they've kidnapped people's pets off their porches and killed them. But that's, I think we looked at the video of that before. And I'm not even going to get into that because we will go off the deep end with that. But yeah, it's like, it's PETA's just like it started off with the right intention and then got twisted and co-opted. And there it is.
It only means we're winning.
I'm always a non-violent protester and I never harass anyone.
I don't.
Okay. I think I may have been too generous when I said that she acted like someone who got a little bit of education and then thought they were too smart for their own good. That was the dumbest fucking thing I have ever heard anyone say. Your entire shtick is harassing people. That is your entire shtick. Yeah, I'll roll that back. I roll that back. Here we go. Let's start at the beginning.
Occasions. Those who dislike me are triggered because I've made them realize that they're animal abusers. What I'm going through right now isn't a loss. It only means we're winning.
I'm always a non-violent protester and I never harass anyone.
I don't even
I'll give her the non-violent part, but sweetheart, go get your fucking GED if you don't understand what the fuck harassment means. Like, fucking seriously. This girl needs that one guy at the vegan protest. Do you guys remember the clip of that? It was either an animal rights or a vegan protest or something where there was like a police barricade separating the protesters from everyone else, and he just stood in front of them, chowing down on the biggest, meatiest, greasiest burger. Just yum, 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 yum. Just chowing down on this burger right in front of them while they screamed at him. And he's just calmly sitting there just enjoying his burger. That's what needs to happen to her. That's what needs to happen to every single one of these. Eki, it would be me too. I would do it too. I would absolutely do it too. Because of the exact reasons I talked about before. Humans are designed to eat meat. That needs to happen to her. She needs that shock to her system, I think.
Think the vegan teacher is this crazy. This girl is making vegan teacher seem like an angel.
No. I don't disagree with these. I don't agree with these. She still has not gone the level of vegan teacher. She hasn't. She still has not gone the level of vegan teacher at this point. I don't know if they're equivalent. I don't know if they're equivalent, but think of the vegan teacher video that we saw. The last one that we saw. She's not even good. No way. She's not even close to this. She's not. She's disrupted a party. She's, tried to screw people up from buying milk or going into a restaurant, spread paint on. That's at most equal. At most, it's equal to the vegan teacher. But honestly, I don't even think it's that bad. This girl is more active out in the world than the vegan teacher. The vegan teacher just makes stupid TikToks where she calls anyone that's not a vegan a piece of shit. This girl is actually out there doing like physical activist stuff. But she's not worse than the vegan teacher. No way. I'm gonna say that flat out.
At least the vegan teacher didn't have her own number plates, as this made vegan booty foolishly recognizable.
Meat and cheese smeared across her family's car. Vegan activist Tash Peterson says this cruel joke crosses the line.
People
Really? Really? Oh. Throwing a couple slices of bologna on a car, that's crossing the line. Someone needs to tell this girl she needs to put her big girl panties on and fucking join the rest of the world. Like, they threw a couple pieces of meat on your car. You walked into a restaurant and literally threw paint around the fucking place before blasting dying animal noises through a megaphone. Wind the fuck up, you stupid bitch.
Recognized her car, then threw meat bones on her driveway, yet trolls weren't the only people who showed up at her house.
I've woken up once again to the police knocking at my door, so I've been issued with another barring notice.
Controversial vegan activist is banned from every pub in her state after becoming notorious for wild stunts where she screams at innocent families.
Based. Fucking based. This one done. She's gonna get banned from every fucking business and have to leave the fucking country. And I fucking love it. This is how you deal with this shit. This is how you deal with people like this. You just keep saying, cool, you're banned, you show up, you get arrested. Cool, you're banned, you show up, you get arrested. Do it everywhere. And because you know what? They're private businesses. You can't say fucking boo. Tyso, I don't know. She'll probably go to another part of the country because I believe this is still in Australia. I believe she may still be in Australia at this point. So they said she's moving, east or west? So she's moving to another part of Australia. But yeah, she's the embodiment of fuck around and find out. She finding out. Now, Shadow Claw, she wouldn't get kicked out of Texas. She would get her ass kicked in Texas. They wouldn't bother kicking her out. They would just beat the shit out of her. She'd be too much fun to just kick the crap out of to kick her out. They'd be like, yeah, come on back tomorrow if you want some more. This was fun.
Anything that sells alcohol, I'm not allowed into. A penalty of $10,000 applies if I break this barring notice.
The ban had come after another disgusting protest.
Fishing man is 30,000 shots every hour! Animal abusers! Animal abusers! Animal abusers!
Yet vegan booty was still...
They're drinking fucking beer. Yeah, Becky. Yeah. If she tried to fuck with a Texan's barbecue, she would become the barbecue.
Convinced that she'd done nothing wrong.
I don't really have a right to freedom of speech here in Australia. It's honestly pretty corrupt, if you ask me.
Her freedom of speech is just going to a restaurant and screaming like a lunatic about murder. There is a difference between speech and screaming. Your freedom of speech, our freedom to eat meat. Goodbye. She'd therefore leave Perth and spend a month protesting in Melbourne, but
why do I have a feeling the people in Melbourne are not going to take this any better? I call it a hunch. Yeah, but 6? These are Australians. They don't need a gun to fuck you up. All they gotta do is just throw a fucking spider at her and she's dead. Better yet, throw a crocodile at her.
But when she tried to fly back home, the government said she couldn't return.
The Australian police have banned me from entering into my own city. If I choose to fly home, I could face a 1-year imprisonment.
Her application.
Good. Fucking good. You know what? For once, we are seeing someone like this actually suffer some fucking consequences. This is what I have been waiting for someone like this. Actually suffer some fucking consequences, fuck around and actually find out. And she's fucking finding out. 'Cause this is how you change people. You don't change people by slapping them on the wrist. You change them by giving them the spanking they deserve in a way that they're gonna feel it for a long time and they're gonna go, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. And now she's finding out. 'Cause you know what? This shit ain't gonna fly anywhere else she goes either.
Application was rejected based on her statements made in public, and after eventually having the rejection overturned, you will not believe how awful she became. She'd go back to harassing the innocent pony business.
Wait. She couldn't get, I missed something, hang on.
A 1-year imprisonment.
Her application was rejected based on her statements made in public, and after eventually having the rejection overturned, you will not believe how.
Oh, so she was able to get back. This is what confused me. It says request undertake travel unsuccessful. But apparently she was able to get that overturned. Okay.
How awful she became. She'd go back to harassing the innocent pony business before trying to.
And again. Call the police. Have her arrested again. That's what you gotta do. Keep calling the police. Keep arresting her. It's as simple as that. Because she'll get, And hang on.
She'd go back to.
This sure looks like, I don't know if this is private property or not, but if it is, trespassing. They told them once to leave and they refused to leave, trespassing.
To harassing the innocent pony business before trying to ruin the life of a hard-working chef. John Mountain owns Fire Restaurant in northern Perth, where on one unassuming night, a diner made a complaint about the lack of vegan options on the menu and was charged $32 for vegetables. Well, rather than bending the knee, John instead stated it is not a vegan restaurant, and if customers want vegan options, they should go elsewhere.
Goddamn right. No restaurant should be obligated to have a vegan menu. It is a private fucking business. They can put whatever the fuck they want on the menu. What that chef said? Damn right. Fucking based. It's not a vegan restaurant. They don't advertise as a vegan restaurant. They don't put vegan dishes on the menu because they choose not to serve them. You don't like it? Get the fuck out. No one's forcing you to eat there. You knew when you looked at the menu there was no vegan options on the menu. I'm sure you probably could have inquired with the waitstaff. Do you have any vegan options that we're not seeing? They would have been told no. No one forced them to stay at the restaurant and spend $35 on veggies. They could have very easily got up and left because they did not have the food that you were looking for. Quit your bitchin'. This ain't fucking Burger King. You don't get it your way.
Announcing on their Facebook page, sadly all vegans are now banned from fire for mental health reasons. We thank you for your understanding.
All vegans.
Okay, on one hand I want to say base as fuck, but it's a bit extreme. It's I am gonna say him saying vegans are banned from fire. If it was just that one incident, it's a bit of a PR stupidity ball. Because if you don't have vegan options, and you only had that one incident, there's no, and it very well may not have been. They may have had multiple people pissing and moaning about there not being vegan options, and if that's the case, okay, I get this. We only saw in this video one incident, and if it was just the one incident, this is overkill. But if he's had multiple incidents where it's becoming a problem, then yes, I get this. 100%, I get this. And yeah, if he's had a multiple instance, yeah, he's based as fuck to say something like this. Absolutely. Because it's my restaurant, not yours. You don't like it, get the fuck out and go make your own fucking vegan food. Simple.
The band. End of. No more. Never again. God help them.
Everybody loved the chef's bold move, well, except for one person known as Vegan Booty.
Okay. I don't like saying this, but this is a young woman who needs to get her ass kicked for doing this. That is what is going to teach her. That is what is going to teach her. You can't be doing this to people. I don't care who does it. She screams in the face of a man like that. I don't care if the man kicks her ass. If she screams in the face of the woman, I don't care if a woman kicks her ass. She needs to get an ass kicking. Because this is what happens when you don't actually... She's faced some legal consequence, okay? Now she needs to face some actual physical consequences for getting in people's faces like that. Simple. It's simple. Shadow, if you did that in any number of places, not just Russia, if you did that in the United States, she would get thrown through this play class window. I mean, at some point, nice goes out the window.
She showed up at the restaurant not just once but twice, blasting dying animal noises even after being ejected. Having disrupted his business multiple times, the chef understandably lost it, yet still took responsibility for the damage Tash had done.
And I'm sorry to say, Layla, I lost my cool, and I lost my cool because now it's really disrupting my business. And I could see the look on my customers' faces, my staff, they were all a little scared and a bit nervous, and I stormed out.
Sadly for Vegan Booty, however, her activism exploded the restaurant's popularity.
Yes! Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Thank you, you stupid bitch. You just made me even richer. And now I understand why he made that post about saying vegans are banned from the restaurant. If it was based on that incident, I'm surprised that's all he said. But yeah. There it is. Yes, Streisand effect in reverse. Oh yeah. At this point, he's probably laughing and going, "Thank you, you stupid bitch. You just made me even richer."
So far as my business is concerned, I've trebled my income. I'm now, in her words, having to murder more animals because of their actions.
Unfortunately, there was a bit of a trade-off.
I lost my partner because of this. I thought I was going to marry this woman, and she just couldn't handle the amount of attention. She's a very private person.
Yet this wasn't the only marriage that Tasha's TikToks ruined. Her next target was, get this, the Bicton Veterinary Clinic, a business literally designed to help unwell animals, and Vegan Booty lost it over budgies out the front.
You're the type of vets that eat your own patients, are you?
Oh my fucking god! Hey, my fucking god, what is wrong with this girl? This girl needs to be in a mental institution. She 100% needs to be in a fucking mental institution. This is fucking insanity. You do not go into a fucking veterinary clinic whose whole purpose for existing is the care of animals and say, you eat your own patients, don't you? Somebody needs to knock this girl the fuck out. She needs to get knocked the fuck out. She needs to know pain. She wants to talk about, oh, you're hurting animals. She needs to know pain. She needs to understand the consequence of her actions, because she doesn't. She's been barred from going somewhere. She's had some fines. She needs to start actually feeling some serious consequences. 100%.
Yeah, I do eat meat, but I don't eat dogs and I don't eat cats, and I don't appreciate you pushing your agenda on my personal...
I don't appreciate you enslaving animals.
I have a dog in a cage out the back at the moment receiving treatment. Am I enslaving it?
Although it seems for the first time ever, Vegan Booty is actually facing consequences.
Fucking good. Take her for everything. Take her for fucking everything. And she should get banned off of social media. Yeah. Hell yeah. No, it's... This girl is mentally unwell. And I don't know if this has been a psychological diagnosis yet, but people like her, people like this girl are going to start getting diagnosed. They're going to be coming up with a new psychosis in the world of psychology for people like this. It's going to be some kind of like, it's obviously going to be more technical this, but it's like social media main character syndrome. Obviously, it's going to be called something else much more scientific. But we are going to see the world of psychology start coming up with these kind of diagnoses of people with like, I'll call it main character syndrome, but that's, very disingenuous to what it is. We are going to start seeing more people being diagnosed with that. We are going to start hearing about this. Because we're seeing it a lot. And I'll bet you it's going to, in the world of psychology, this is going to turn into a legitimate psychological diagnosis. And it's gonna spread like wildfire. We're gonna see this, once this finally happens, it's only a matter of time. We're gonna see a lot of people get diagnosed with that, and it's gonna turn into an excuse.
Defamation action against Miss Tash Peterson, 17,700 raised. The vet was announcing, we are launching a civil action in the Supreme Court of Western Australia, which has conveniently been running over the last 2 months. The trial has revealed that Vegan Booty hasn't only falsified her taxable income, but she's also been able to ruin another marriage. This might explain why Fire is also suing Tash.
This is going to teach her a lesson. If she's fined that amount amount of money, she's going to think twice.
And while she's always stated,
I actually measure my own success by the amount of haters and criticism that I have.
it seems penalty after penalty is finally taking its toll. Her public nuisance stunts are becoming far less frequent, as most of her content now focuses on street interviews.
Do you have a moral justification for animal abuse?
Yummy.
Vegan
Manet. Oh, Tysel, she's ruined 2 marriages. Or 2 relationships. The first one, the chef. The chef said that his partner left him. Whether it's man or woman, I don't know. But the chef said that his partner left him. Oh wait, I think he said it was a woman. Because what happened with Vegan Booty brought him into such public light that she didn't want to stick around. And I don't know about the other one. I guess a veterinary, because of the same thing. It brought public attention and they just left. But yeah, so she's actively ruining people's lives. Well, Shadowclaw, I called it like main character disorder. But that is a very crude, main character syndrome and main character disorder. But that is a very, very, very crude, me just throwing something out there. If and when it becomes, and more like when it becomes an actual psychological disorder, it's going to get more technical. It's going to have a more technical name because I am not overly familiar with a lot of psychological medical terms. But yeah, it's basically going to be something like main character syndrome. Yeah.
Vegan Booty will likely never change, but maybe she's reached a decent middle ground that's respectful not just to animals, but people's lives as well.
No. Because she's still asking questions, she's still trying to ostracize people. Fuck me. Tysel, I think that's part of it. You're not wrong there. Her goal. Her goal is 100% to piss people off. That is 100% her goal. Without question.